Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashah, Ba'ashai, Ba'ashah, Rakha, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who were pushing this 100% truth of the gospel, waking up and sealing the elect of the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh, and salutation unto your sincere Archimad that are pushing this gospel in all righteousness and in all sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. Right. The book of Romans 13, verse 1, and it reads, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High." And that's right, okay? So we believe and we know that Esau Edom was set up by the Most High. He was put in power by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Okay, the evidences for that is Job 9, verse 24, and the book of Daniel 4, verse 17, and it goes all into that, okay? So both in wickedness, in righteousness, both in good and evil, okay? All the powers that be were set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Okay, I recently did a video going into how the devil or Satan is a man, and that man is and that man being the nation of the Edomites. All right, and that's the exact same thing that I'm speaking of right now. This Esau Edom, even though they are the wicked, even though they are against the Most High, they were still set up by the Most High. So now, verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Okay, so now if you want to come against these devils in their own kingdom, that was created by the Most High for them, they are going to receive what this damnation. Okay, that's why we constantly push. Right, my elders, my apostles, we constantly push that you should not take up weapons to fight against Esau. That you should not face Esau carnally. But if you want to face Esau, you face him through the scriptures. You face him through the spirit. Okay, because you cannot face Esau carnally. You can't try to wrestle his own kingdom out of his hands because it was not given. Because it was given to Esau by the Most High, and the only person that can take it out of Esau's hands is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. So if you go against Esau carnally in this kingdom, if you try to go against him with swords, with guns, with war, conflict carnally, you will be, it's basically the same as you trying to go against Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Because like I said, and I actually said this before in camp, that Esau is basically a god in this kingdom right now as he is. He's basically a god, he's a power, all right? Because you go into the book of Revelation, you go into the beast, you go into this image. He's worshipped as the Most High. He's worshipped as a power right now because he has that power. He has that power. He has set himself up as an idol, as a false god in this kingdom. And also guess what? We the Israelites that are in this kingdom, we are all subject to him because that word subject, if we go into the etymology, it means what? Under the rule. And we are currently under the rule of this devil. So now to verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Will thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. All right, that's basically the title of this lesson. He is not a terror unto good works, okay? Because you see what's written there, that rulers are not a terror unto good work. And what is that good work that he's speaking of? Basically, the preaching of this truth, So you can do nothing against this truth, but for it, as it is written, and all that Esau has done, all the resistance, the persecutions, the striving against the men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, it has only served to grow this truth because starting from when the other than the apostles got on the YouTube in 2007 and they always talk about this up until now. It's been what now? In a little over 14 years, I believe. That you see how much this truth has grown, how many brothers have come into this thing because of that. So everything that Esau has done has only served to increase the truth, has only served to prove that the Most High is the most High is with us. Okay, it has only served to grow the truth. It has only served to increase our faith, to heap more coals on you devil's heads. So let me get this precept as well. The book of John, the 19th chapter, right from the 10th verse. John 19, verse 10, and it reads, "Then saith Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee? Yahushua answered, Thou couldest have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin." And that's basically what I wanted to get, okay? That these devils, Esau, Edom, could have no power. They could have no rulership except it was ordained by Yahweh Bashmi Yahshai. Going back to the book of Job 9, verse 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The earth is given into Esau's hands to rule. Okay, the rule, the power that it was given to Esau by who? And I'll get that in the book of Daniel, the fourth chapter. All right, let me bring that out. So I can get the understanding of who is the one that is giving this power. Okay, so Daniel 4 verse 17, and it reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men." And the watchers that are speaking in this is are the prophets, the men that are on the highways and byways preaching this word. Because who is that is constantly telling you that the Most High is in control of the whole universe? Who is it that is constantly telling you that the Most High gave Esau this rulership to rule upon the earth for a certain season, which is what he is doing right now in this kingdom? Who is constantly bringing out this information? The men of the Hebrew Israelites, specifically the men of Great Millstone, okay, the elders, the apostles, and the brothers on down, constantly telling you that Esau Edom is in rulership right now, but that rulership was given to him by the Most High, and without the Most High giving him that rulership, he would have no power to do all the things that he is doing currently. And he still, with all the power that Yahweh Hashem Yahshua has given him, he still can't do nothing against this truth. And you know why? Because this truth that we are pushing, this word that we are speaking onto our people, it's not the word of Great Millstone, okay? It's not the word of Elder Apostle Tahai, it's not the word of One West, but the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. And that proves that Esau Edom was set up by the Most High, because all of creation, okay, everything that is in the universe is subject to the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, which is a power in and of itself. You go into Revelation 19 verse 10 tells you that what the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Now it's basically what we are constantly speaking about whenever we come out to the highways and byways, whenever we do these sit downs, the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. What are we going into? We are going into the things that are to come. I'm going into the things that will happen. All right, we're going into the things. You are going into things that will happen. Because that word prophesy means to say before. Even this lesson is going into what Esau's inability to come against this truth. Esau's inability to fight against the words of the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And guess what? Continue on into the future. No matter how, for how long this kingdom lasts, Esau will still be unable to come against this truth. Okay, and and continue on and also the men on the highways and the byways. Okay, the prophets as well are also a part of that power, right? And Romans 11 applies to them as well. The same Romans 11 that says, "What let every man be subject to the higher powers, because they are ordained of the Most High." Anybody that comes against those powers is the same as coming against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Roughly paraphrasing, all right? Because if that was not the case, why do you think that? And I will go to this right now, okay? Isaiah the 54th chapter, Isaiah 54, verse 17. If that was not the case, if the prophets, the men that are in the highways and byways, men that are doing this work in righteousness and sincerity, want also a part of the higher power that was set up by the Most High. Why do you think that this precept will not apply to us? Isaiah 54 verse 17, and it reads, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh." All right, that everybody that comes against this truth, they get all messed up. Everyone that has come against this truth, they have all failed in trying to come against this truth. The prime example, it would be vocal, but also other scoffers, other mockers that that were coming against that, trying to come against this thing. Okay, agents that were set up by Esau, once again vocal, but other minor agents as well that got basically that got sifted out of this work, and I got set up by the Most High and got taken out of this truth. And I see this truth being increased and increased, and because we have that understanding that the men that are on the highways and byways are the elect, the first fruits of the nation of Israel, the governing body, in other words, the rulers of our people, the higher powers as it would be, especially now, and now, from now going up until the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, which is basically an eternal kingdom. So from now up until eternity, they meant that not willing that if we are the elect, but the elect, okay, and the hopeful elect that are pushing this one right now will be the governing bodies of the nation of Israel if we are of that number, not willing that we are. All right, and I also want to get this other one. I also wanted to speak about the other precept that were written up in the book of King. In the book of it's like in the book of I died in the book of Kings. The scripture that said that what he reproved kings for the sake of the elect. The kings being in this case Esau, Edom. We reproved kings for our sake, saying, "Touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm." Okay, because that's going into what once again that Esau, Edom can do nothing against this truth, and he can't do any harm against us, especially now that we are pushing this word. Because we understand how much harm that he and his elites mean to do to us. We understand what Esau's intention for our people, the Israelites, are to completely wipe us off the face of the earth. The book of Psalms 83 goes into that. Come on, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And how Esau Edom actually wanted to do that, how he still would love to do that up till this day, is by completely killing every single Israelite in existence, all right? Complete genocide of our people. But the most tie isn't about that. He's trying to not looking to wipe out all the Israelites, because as the scripture said, there is no end to the people, and also because we are the people of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, so we always leave a remnant in order to bring back all of our people. Okay, but but anyway, going back to what I was talking about, going back to the title of this lesson, rulers are not a terror to good works. Okay, and the work that the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are doing is the good work. Okay, and the reason why Esau, once again, why he can't come against this truth, why he is not a terror to good works, is because he can't be. He can't come against this truth. The most I had, because Esau has limits. Okay, he has boundaries which he cannot pass, he has limits to the power that he has, the power that the Most High had given him. And one of those limits is that at this time, and even up to the end, he will never be able to come against this truth, because we understand through the Spirit that he will catch some of us up, put some of us to death, behead some of us, but at the end of the day, that's in the scriptures. Okay, that is a part of the truth. We already know that it will happen. We already know that it's coming. And a lot of brothers, and a lot of brothers, including myself, are already prepared, for something like that to happen to us. Because guess what? That's also a part of the truth. If that happens, it will just be another fulfillment of prophecy. And guess what? Even if he does that, that is still not going to snuff out the truth. Bringing out the famine of the world is not going to stop the truth, because once you do that, it means that the truth has already gone forth, and it means that what the next stage of prophecy can come in play, all right? Because no matter what you devils do, no matter how much you try to stifle this truth, no matter how much you try to snuff out this word, it is only increasing this word. It's only increasing what the prophecies, the gospel, the truth. Once again, going into the scripture, going into the precept that you can do nothing against this truth but for it. Okay, because Esau, these devils, they can only, as the scripture says, the curses that were given to Eve and the serpent in the book of Genesis, they can only bruise our heel. Okay, they can only come against us to harm our people. They can only come against us, to harm us lightly, to give us a light affliction. Okay, but at the end of the day, they can't put that finishing. They can't put that finishing upon our people. They can't finish off. That work. They can only bruise our heels. They can only just bring forth a minor discomfort in the grand scheme of things. So, I can't think of a good term to use to explain what I want to say, but it can only just go so far as to bruise our heels, because because whatever Esau Edom does to us on this side, guess what? The Most High, how about Shimi Yoshai, will heal us, and bring us back in the kingdom. Because even the two-thirds, if you think about it, even the two-thirds that he has complete control over, and has completely given them up to destruction, that they will be destroyed by the missiles on this side. They're still going to come back in the kingdom, and they're going to come back as kings, priests. Okay, they're going to come back as men of Yahweh. They're going to come back in their right mind, come back as as the elect, as the house of David. Come back. Come back in their power. Come back. Completely right with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So he can't even do anything against even the least of our people, even this, even the least of our people. Not even talk of the elect that has the protective hedge of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai on them, both on this side and even more so in the kingdom. All right, so I'm just going to end this lesson right here. All right, so with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahwashai, Ba'asham Rachak Wadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit, I will act may you acquire or edified. Shalom.